Hello, this is teddygaming and welcome back to another video. Because in today's one, we're going to be looking at the IDW TMNT The Last Ronin issue 5. Now, this issue is the final issue of the hot new TMNT comic that is basically been a big comic over the past 2 to 3 years, and for good reasons too. However, this issue is sadly the final one in the series, as it's issue 5 out of 5. I mean, it's pretty obvious, and it has a lot of hype to live up to in terms of what in terms of what it's already had and what it should hopefully give us. And recently, they just released the little description for the issue, as well as multiple covers for this issue. I think last time I checked, I had 40 covers, and it's still rising. It's not even December yet, and we still got this many, and including pre-order and everything like that. So this issue is going to be definitely big. But with that, there also comes with a lot of speculation of what could actually happen in this issue. So I thought it'd be a good idea to take a look at this issue, really break it down and see what could happen, what might not happen, what could happen to the characters and everything like that. So I thought this might be a good idea to just do like a little prediction video, get in there early and say like, oh, I think this is going to happen to this character, this is going to happen to this story and all that. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into this one. Let's go. And before we do get started, if you do like this content and want to see more from this channel, please do make sure to subscribe, like and turn on post notifications. Now let's go on with the video. Okay, so with the actual description, so I got it here and we'll quick go over it first, and you can decide for yourself if it's actually useful or not. Okay, so as it follows, the jaw-dropping finale to the biggest TMNT story ever is here. One final showdown between mutants and the clan will determine the fate of NYC. Will Ronin be able to find some measure of peace, or is he fated to meet the same end as his brothers? Don't miss one of the most epic battles in TMNT history and the conclusion to the comic book event of the year. So yeah, now personally I honestly don't think that there was much in there to actually help us decide what's going to happen to all the characters. It was almost just like, this could happen to this one. But to be honest, it's only just talking about The Last Ronin. But if you don't know, it's Mikey, so spoilers I guess. I mean, we're talking about The Last Ronin, so you probably read it by now. Or at the very least heard about what's happening in the comic. So in terms of the story, I don't think there's going to be much there. I feel like it's going to be Ronin, Shadow, and April going inside of Oracle Horato's building, then facing him, and that's basically going to be it. And afterwards, depending on who's still alive, it all depends where the actual future of this world or universe goes. So that's really all I've got for like the actual description and what kind of things is going to happen for the story. As I do believe there's going to be some surprises in there somehow, and I'm looking forward to it. However, I do wonder with the art style if it's going to be just the one we've been seeing, like the present day style, if it's going to be used throughout the whole thing, or they will try to mix up a bit and have like if a certain character dies and do it in like the Ben Bishop art style or Kevin Eastman art style, which I think would be quite fitting to have it in like to show a death, and in a way like a little flashback to what happened. But that's more just like, that could be quite cool, because I would like to see more of the art styles that they have presented in this comic, as they are truly incredible. So in terms of the characters, I'd like to break it down each way, each of which character, like what's going to happen to them and all. Okay, so I'm going to go over Shadow, but no, not Shadow, Marie Jones, Casey Marie Jones, something like that. This character, I honestly don't think there's going to be much happening for her, just because there isn't really too much to start for her. She's got the powers of Mikey, or well, she's basically a mutant, so she might find that out. Depending where the actual story ends, it will depend where her character goes. I honestly don't have anything for this character, and if anything, I really could not care less if she dies or she doesn't. Yeah, I wish I could say much more than that. And it's a real shame because her character's been interesting. Okay, so moving on from Casey, let's really talk about April. Now, I honestly think it'll be a much better ending if she was to die and really reunite with Casey, and I feel like that's what they should do, and I feel like that's where her character is heading towards, because even if they do, once they do win, it's not if, but like will. I don't see that like her character having anything of value to Casey or anything like that. Her character is basically just going to be on this one road, on this one road mission with Mikey, and after it's done, she has nothing really there except from Casey. But to be honest, she doesn't really need her. So I feel like her character's going to die, and I do think it'd be quite a good ending to have her character die and reveal that she's a mutant and all that. And you can see like in the afterlife that she meets up with Casey and the turtles to like reunite as a family. I feel that's where my prediction is for her character, but I wouldn't be surprised if she does survive somehow. But that's what I want. I want her to die. I don't mean that in a bad way, but I feel like that's where her character's going. So Orochimaru, I want to talk about him first before I talk about the Ronin. So I've got a few predictions for this character. Not really predictions, but more like fan theories. I guess this whole video is just about fan theories, really. But the prediction I would like to have for Orochimaru is that he will kill Mikey, and he will also die himself. Those are my two predictions that is definitely going to happen, or he's going to die at the very least. I feel like that's probably going to be his best way of having an end to his character. But at the same time, there's no build up for his character. So to be honest, if he dies or lives, I honestly couldn't care less. And another prediction which I'd like to make early on, which I think will be so cool to see happen, and will be like a cool reference to, or a cool callback to the original comics, the first battle they had with Shredder, is that Orochimaru takes on the mantle of the Shredder and wears the armor. It might not have to be like the full armor and everything like that. It could just be like the arm blades and helmet, which that'll be more than enough to please all the fans to be like, this is a wonderful circle. That's where it all began, and that would just be amazing. That's where my prediction is for this character, and I feel like that's probably the best way for this character to go, as it will really just bring the whole story just back in one big circle, and just like a massive callback. This is just going to be even amazing. Okay, so quickly like to talk about Kurai, as she might have something of importance in the series. So there isn't really too much I would say, because she appears in one issue. No, she appears in issue 1, I think it was, and then the flashback of issue 2. So I don't think there's really much going for her character. I feel like with her character that she's either going to stay in that status forever and then die, or she'll just wake up and die, or something like that. I don't think that's going to be too much for this character. But I feel like they might bring her back just because that was Orochimaru's own goal and all that. But again, with this character in this universe, it doesn't. There's been no real setup or build up with this character. So whatever happens to the character, I could not care less, and that is a real shame. Okay, so to keep pushing back Ronin even more, because I keep remembering other characters who want to put on the list, is that the other characters who died. I'm talking about. I want to talk about specifically like Casey and the Turtles, as even though they all died horrifically, there is potentially, and there's some theories going around, and I like to say this as well, that maybe they do come back to life. I'm not saying like the actual bodies. Well, this one got blown up. Donnie's one is burnt to death and rusted in the ocean and rotted away 15 years ago, something like that. So there isn't really much hope for them coming back. However, with the existence of the robots merging with like humans and all that to make this ultimate ninja sort of thing, I thought there's potential there to make a like male Hazel turtle and really give this character, or give Ronin a much bigger challenge, as he is the one to kill them and all that, and in a way lead them to his deaths again. I feel like that's a really cool, or like see them die again. I feel like that's a really cool emotional story to have, and but again, they didn't really do much for these characters, so who cares? So of course, with my final prediction, I had to go to, well not, no, I don't know why I started this video like that, but the prediction for the Ronin is, well there's a few here, and I feel like it could go either way, and either way I feel like it'd be happy. So the one which I sort of don't want to happen, as I feel like it would take away from the story, and wouldn't really give the whole, I don't know, it would just take away from the whole story and make it not as good and emotional as it potentially could be. Now this one could be where the Ronin lives, and it'll be, and like, I think it'd be cool to see Mikey survive and all that, because I don't wish anyone to die or anything like that. But it's just, I don't know, it would just take away from the stakes of like all these trolls dying. He's the last one, and he stays that way. So I feel like it's probably best he does die. But if he does survive, then there are potential storylines for like the sequels and all that, where he teaches Shadow and become like the master and all that. But at the same time, I don't really see him doing much other than just become like a master and going on missions and just basically just being there because he needs to be there to sell the comics. And I feel like it's just going to be taking away his character and degrading him in a way. And it's going to be really annoying, but it does happen, then I'll be fine with it. It's just that I'd much rather him die. Which leads me to my next prediction about this character, where he dies. And I feel like this would be a very, very good ending to the story, as it would be like a Logan style sort of thing, or like during Constantine's death in Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. I think that's what it's called. But still, with weight, like one of those sort of death scenes where where he meets up in the afterlife, and the people around him like very sad in real life. But the afterlife, he can meet up with his family and be reunited once again. And really give the whole purpose of the family sort of aspect to it, a new whole meaning about reuniting and everything like that. And I feel like that would probably be the best way to end the series. And if anything, it might be the only way to end the series. And yeah, that's really all I've got for the prediction for this character. He might like end up using his nunchucks again because he's not using. I'm pretty sure about this, but he's not using once throughout the whole series. So that could be a cool thing for him to finally pick up where he left off and adorn the orange bandana again. So like those are sort of like things that, like it'd be cool to see, but at the same time might be taken away from the whole Ronin aspect. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Let me know what your predictions are for this series or like this issue. Like, what do you think is going to happen in the story? What do you think is going to happen with the characters? Who do you think will live? Who do you think will die? And all that sort of stuff. I made my one, you've seen it, and hopefully you might agree with some of it, and some of it you probably won't agree with, and probably some of it you probably didn't think about. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys. If you do something, please share, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo. Bye.